it was a masterclass. We're loading into the game now. Let's see what the starting awakenings are going to be here. Siege Machine among Titans. Rune is picked up. Immediately, one of the first things that I saw was like, oh, look at these awakenings. Let's see if Rune gets picked up. Taking a look at the goalies selected. Atlas will be going over to Demon's Raw as Showtime. Instead, we'll get Mako paired with Asher, most likely going to Joker. Showtime, surprisingly, the one to ban away the Octavia, something that I wasn't expecting to see at all. And then facing everything else, Snake for I don't know how many games today is on Zentaro, and for the Awakening draft, all 6 players of this lobby. Oh my goodness, what a double barrier immediately from this game. But all 6 players have taken the Among Titans, Saya.
Yeah, and with that extra speed, Shianzu manages to wiggle, catch the core, send it to the top side, and that's the first goal going on over to Showtime. It's been a while since they've last played, but it looks like they're off to a hot start.
Yeah, completely. I mean, Showtime have been sitting for, I think, 2 to 3 hours waiting to play their grand finals game. And if they lose this first set, they're going to have to play another set in terms of the winner side advantage that they have right now. So for Demon's Raw to take this, they need to win 4 games potentially, or I should say 4 games to take it all. And Snake coming in, the flip catches, the banish catches, the damage comes through. Shianzu looking low, the drum and bass being held down by Barcode, manages to clear it out as Snake is going in for the damage on top of Barcode. Pass to elusive. Snake is just sticking to Barcode like glue. Another elusive comes through as Snake tries to find even more damage onto him. There's nothing available here. Let's see if he can deny him off the health bag. Isn't able to. Oh my goodness, that is not the KO that I was expecting. How the heck did that happen? Oh my goodness, that was a pure knockback KO from Joker onto a full stagger Rio or Gumi on the Atlas there. Oh my goodness, the bouncy house comes through. The Asher sends its regards and clears the way for the gold to start. 2-0 lead coming in for Showtime.
That was a comical KO, but I think Showtime will take those. They're already working on the next barrier. Instead of feeling cold, I think they're feeling a little fresh here coming out of that long break, and without the exhaustion that comes with playing a lot of series. Joker trying to back pass on the pillar, unsuccessful as it disappears, but Shianzu and Joker keeping possession going and forcing so many cooldowns out of Demon's Raw, who are forced into their little corner here. So many pillars coming out. Kainoob still defending though, and Demons convert onto a barrier.
Yeah, the power of Demon's Raw, having 2 goalies at their disposal at any time if Kainoob chooses to come back and help hold down, but it is not enough. As the barrier falls from Joker being on the Asher, having access to so much stuffing power there between the passive, the primary, everything, the path splitter available to him. And with this advantage, they still have the barrier held up as Barcode does a great vertical clear to get it down over to Shianzu. Joker trying to get in position here to score the goal, but we're seeing how they maneuver the ball around. Oh my goodness, a great save from the back of the net as Gumi is able to catch it with the flip. Snake trying to set up a play, has to use a lot of abilities there to get the core down to the bottom. A banish comes through, unable to catch anyone more than Joker, so not going to lead to anything as the path splitter is no longer available for the time. Let's see if Joker can set up something here on the top side. Comes through with the secondary, primary, passive, all available, everything meshing together to get the point. No energy burst used from Kainoob, no energy burst used from Joker. And that point goes through 3-0 this set. One of the fastest sets we've seen all day.
Yeah, incredibly fast set. And we're going to get a little bit more speed perhaps here. But what are you looking at here to keep this draft going?
Gotta see if we deny the hot shot away from the rune. We do, so that will be Shianzu picking that up, which isn't the worst thing in the world. A lot of the times your Barrage and your Giga Blast will be connecting with the core, so you'll get the value out of that for sure. But instead, I love this pickup here. A lot of the other thing I would be taking a look at is a Spark pickup for Rune. Rune is one of the best users of Sparks if he can get his hand on it. Leaving the Siege Machine over to Gumi, giving them a great pickup there in terms of duration on the secondary as well as extended range on the primary. Atlas uses the Siege Machine so phenomenally, but instead we have damage coming out onto Kainoob, and this is something that, because the Atlas is on the team of Rune, you can use the Deadeye way more. A lot of the downside of Rune is when you have an Atlas on the other side, it really denies a lot of the KO potential because Rune's KOs are so telegraphed. When you banish someone, you know that they're going to be taken out, and Atlas can just stop that. So let's see if these Awakening picked up will help but Showtime is still looking strong with a double barrier start into a point immediately.
Very, very clean execution there, and I think the start is really helping out Showtime too, right? That Among Titans speed on Joker in particular is letting the Asher be so mobile compared to more of a standard game with a different awakening start. And we're seeing the effects of it here, right? Joker can maneuver so well, finds the KO there, so much burst damage coming out from Showtime. These air drums as well, forcing down the top barrier, and if Kainoob hadn't won that strike war, that would have been a double barrier take here. But with so much mobility, Joker keeps pushing the core forward. That pillar's going to disappear soon, and Shianzu now brought low though. Snake has a lot of reach with the aerials, but Joker still finding his way onto the core again and again. Shianzu finding so many rebounds.
Yeah, and doing a good job of holding it down, but Joker picking up, oh my goodness, massive size there on the Asher, is able to catch the rebound off the bottom, and Shianzu with the flip in position, their immediate strike, 2-0 lead. Showtime is, I mean, that 2 or 3 hour break did not matter to them. They're here, they're warmed up, they're practiced, and they're ready to win this game. We've got to see if we can come back from this as a great banish comes through, but unfortunately catches the core. A lot of these times it's unfortunate when you go for a banish play, you just want to get rid of the player. Banishing the core makes it so that the core will get unbanished at the same exact time the play. Oh my goodness, that is a KO onto Snake. I think that was the Giga Blast coming through and just knocking him out completely, as Kainoob is going to have to hold down a little bit longer. Joker unable to fully combo Kainoob, but still manages to stall long enough here. Has to stand in the Atlas ultimate to get a little bit of healing here. Snake comes back, Oni's blade comes through, unable to get it, but a great barrier or a great pillar manages to get the rebound onto the bottom of the side street, as we're seeing what angle can we take because of that extra speed, like you said, on the Among Titans. It is making it so hard to get through Joker here. The barriers are always falling on the side of Demon's Raw first. Let's see if we can get a KO at least.
Yeah, they're trying to get Shianzu, and the Joker is incredibly low. One more hit will do it, but Joker's still standing here. And that Asher is such a threat when the terrain helps you to survive using the side streets in a very, very different way. And Joker still standing, such a threat. They're trying to combo him off, maybe a flip, but no, they don't want to use the energy just yet. The barrier still stands thanks to a great evade strike by Barcode. And Shianzu, of course, healthy. Joker regen back up, and Showtime, they have not missed a beat.
Yeah, but the passive there manages to evade the gore pretty much. But we're not over yet, as Snake dashes back in with the rush, trying to catch the core, isn't able to get it. The possession is looking pretty good, but oh my goodness, I thought that was going in, and Gumi didn't flip at the last second there. But a path splitter is trying to keep Gumi out of position here. The expanse comes through. I'm not the best expanse, I will say. But either way, the core is still alive. A pillar comes through, keeping the ball up. The Deadeye is helping with the core speed, even though no hotshot. We can use that Deadeye like a hotshot as well. It won't provide the same CDR, but the KO comes through. Joker taking lessons from the guy that gets one more member of Demon's Raw out of the map here, but a great strike plus the pillar onto it. Oh my goodness. Okay, Joker's still alive, but Kainoob is doing everything in his power here to get the core over and try to score 1v2. Snake finally back, but it is overtime, and the core is going fast, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to keep up the offense long enough to get in possession. What a great secondary. The shadow swap comes through. Kainoob catching it. You sometimes just forget that that thing is there. Barcode striking it right back into it, not realizing that Kainoob had the secondary available, and the point goes over to Demon's Raw, finally getting their first point in, I think that's like a 5-point streak from Showtime.
Yeah, making the recovery here, and now the bounce house has returned. We might be seeing some KO craziness if the bumpers are allowed to go in that direction, but right now it's some good defense from Barcode and Shianzu. Joker mixing up the timing, and now this pillar is going to be a little bit dangerous, but Joker gets out of there alive. Flip available, barrier taken. Shianzu accelerating the offense with the bounces, trying to win the strike war, but Snake will get it out of there just in time. Now the pillars from Kainoob finding the rebounds onto the barrier, but it still stands. Shianzu with the flip available. Barcode working on one in Showtime. They're so stable right now in the energy economy. This flip from Snake, a long shot, flipped away by Shianzu to the other side of the world, and Joker now so much speed, just dancing forward. The pass splitter buying so much space, but a good clear by Kainoob, and Gumi will keep the point alive for Demon's Raw. But as Shianzu's finding the strikes, finding the rebounds, Joker's finding the dribbles, it's looking so dangerous as Shianzu catches the clear. So much speed to work with, the blazing pace, and 2-0 in sets.
Blazing pace, running in from the midfield, had the magnetized souls, the 2-second duration, the extra speed, the 23% speed coming through, 22% speed with the Among Titans, just manages to seize the future of what was going to happen a second forward, and puts himself in position there to catch the rebound and get the score. 3-1 this set, 2-0 lead for Showtime. As we're getting the drafts through, The prime time is taken away. Not going to be going over to... Oh my goodness, the hat has been picked up by Joker. It is happening. A cast the last pickup is something that I really like on Rune as well. When you're having some of these phenomenal banish plays, let's see if it's enough to take someone out just a little bit longer and allow you to have a power play for an extra second or not. But either way, the draft is looking great for if you're on Showtime, right? You have prime time on your barrage. You have the secondary to help with the drum and bass speed. The additional speed is just so annoying to get over with each successive secondary awakening put on the Mako. And then of course the Joker there with the hat, the stagger swagger, is going to be increased movement speed. It's going to be so resilient to getting taken out and is going to have that much more offensive pressure because they don't have to walk away from the fight.
Now it gets really, really dangerous here. Joker continuing to press the corner. Xianzhu there to back it up. And the creations will have to be used excellently, but the pillar not there in time. The core still on the side of Demon's Raw. Showtime continuing to push forward. The banish is good for the moment, but the Astair Drums almost connects. That would have been devastating, but thankfully for Demon's Raw, it falls just short. Joker now playing with the pass splitter flip available already. And Xianzhu backing up with the barrage. The flip goes wide, but that's a lot of damage onto Kainoob. That could be a KO onto the midfielder who is now staggered, and Snake desperately trying to get the core away, but so much damage onto the members of Demon's Raw, but the core speed really becoming a factor here as well. Joker and Xianzhu continuing to dribble the core, continuing to keep possession for most of this game though, and Joker is looking immortal with the stagger swagger.
I mean, take a look at the level difference of Xianzhu and everyone else in this game. Xianzhu has been going absolutely crazy, always finds himself in the right position there. A great expanse from, I'm not sure if Xianzhu was the one who procced that, manages to get the barrier. Their path splitter comes through, trying to set up a play here as Gumi is doing their best to hold down long enough. And oh my god, oh, a great flip from Gumi, manages to save it there. We've seen these situations there where on the top side, as the expanse closes, we score right between that small gap. But a good reaction from Gumi, manages to keep the point alive here. This time around, Snake is unable to really get the success he's been getting before, and a pass from Xianzhu over to Joker finds the bottom corner, and that is a 1-0 lead immediately on this set.
That's 2 goals away from taking a lead here in the grand finals, and with Barcode having more than enough meter here as the goalie with the barrier already falling, it seems like more of the same for Showtime. They're continuing their dominance in this game, pushing forward with the Pat Splitter, and Joker trying to find another advantage here, but no, so far Kainoob and Snake keeping the core away just in time, but the Pat Splitter on the top side is good for the moment. Snake now looking for a strike war win. Xianzhu accidentally Giga Blasted backwards off the terrain, and that's a huge opportunity for Demon's Raw. Flip available for Kainoob, but Joker on the other side of the map finds the barrier despite it all. Forget about the Demon's Raw offense, forget about the barrier takes, because Showtime is 1 goal away from taking this first game of Grands.
Joker perfectly spacing each ability there, sequencing it in between each strike, making sure that the Atlas primary doesn't send him back far enough, and just gets through that point with Xianzhu on the top side and the barrage to help load it down. And now we're going into potentially the final point of this entire Clarion game, one of the fastest games we've seen. And Joker gets the first barrier, isn't able to get the second barrier. One barrier traded right back as pillars come through, strikes come through. We're being sent back and forth on this top side of the bouncy house. Finally, a little bit of breathing room, but no, Joker looking low, but forgot that he has the hat. The stagger swagger is keeping him alive, giving him the movement speed. A great pillar from Kainoob and the cast last, which allows it to last long enough. I think Barco didn't take that into account and struck it, expecting it to disappear. A good save from Gumi, the strike shot finally allowing it to save. A banish comes through, a good catch. The flip prevents the ball from being caught in. Oh my goodness, what is happening to Xianzhu over there? It does not matter as Snake comes through with the primary. The pillar behind, trying his best, striking it left and right, up and down, going through, gets it off the bottom. The barrage not angled further enough down. And finally, Demon's Raw clawing their way back from this insane... what's the word? What's the opposite word for lead?
Deficit.
What am I thinking
of? Deficit.
Deficit. Thank you, Saya.
Yeah.
Yep. Deficit.
We're back though. Joker once again so speedy, so good with the ability usage here too, forcing out the strike shots from Gumi. There's a flip available for Gumi, but a flip from Joker. A great pillar by Kainoob, perfectly spaced to make sure that the barrier's not taken. But Xianzhu pushing forward into the corner. Kainoob massive, but all it does is delay the inevitable. It feels like Joker defusing the pillars. A passing play down, but not enough speed to keep up with the pace of Showtime right now. Demon's Raw on the back foot for what seems like the entire game so far. Joker trying to solo score against 2. Unsuccessful this time, but so many rebounds, winning every single strike war. trying to find the barrier beam at the end of it all, but so far still defended by Demon's Raw. The banish halts it for a moment, the barrier beam once again, and Joker's just constantly a solo threat, so Shianzu and Barcode barely have to do anything so far at this point. But as the core drifts to the other side of the map, Kainoob and Snake have an opportunity as overtime hits. Maybe the core speed can be enough, especially with the buff from the center of Project Maelstrom. But Kainoob, with the flip available, shrinks down now, and that pseudo power play is ending. The banish is good, but not really finding much in the favor of Demon's Raw.
Yeah, and once again, we seem to have the possession of the core always in front of the net of Demon's Raw. You can see the level difference of Barcode versus Gumi, how much Barcode actually has to interact because of how well the clears are happening, how well Shianzu is able to keep it up, and the passing and the possession between Shianzu and Joker, getting that middle once again, trying to get the KO from Snake, but I believe this Asher second, oh my goodness, that Giga Blast was almost long enough to catch that, and with the hot shot would have easily scored the point there, ending it there. But like I was saying, the possession that or the forward duo of Shianzu and Joker are able to keep the possession for so long here that it feels like it's impossible to get the core through the midfield, and just the Asher is always sitting in front of the net, always has an ability up, and it feels like Gumi is always under threat to just any moment. One wrong save will lead to the fall of Demon's Raw.
A double banish may be a big opportunity, but the banish and Shianzu is low, yes, but Joker is more than healthy enough. A good dash in from Snake, though. The rush will find the barrier. Now the open net is the target, but a very, very patient strike from Barcode will keep it going with the flip available. Barcode should be able to hold. Flip to Joker. Gumi saves it for now. The Giga Blast goes a little bit wide. The saves being made. The passing place in the middle, and Snake has to redirect after the Oni's blade. Perfectly played from Demon's Raw to get out of danger, and with 1 point, they could reset the situation.
Yeah, it looked so brutal for Demon's Raw there. Every single... It's like that meme of the one guy having a great time, the other one sweating on the keyboard, just fighting for their lives, if you know exactly what I'm talking about. And Demon's Raw is the one sweating and fighting here, as both barriers fall so quickly. One barrier being traded back from Snake. Joker using the time in the middle to try to heal up from the Stagger Swagger, but a great KO from Kainoob. The Deadeye enhanced. A pillar comes through, gets him knocked out finally. Joker has been taken out for the first time this game, and we have a little bit of breathing room as Demon's Raw try to move the ball forward a little bit, one at a time. Shianzu looking low as well, won't have the Atlas to back them up for the healing at all, so trying to stay towards the middle as much as they can to heal up through the natural stagger healing, but they're still doing a great job. You can just see the possession. It does not go past Shianzu unless some sort of ability is used, and even then they are pretty much doing... I mean, they have flip. They're playing aggressive. They're trying to get in the spot to flip here. It does not matter that the barrier fall. One flip comes through, tries to pass it over to Joker, isn't able to get it. Barcode just trying to stall as long as possible to allow their teammates to heal up a little bit more, and keeping Snake into the puddle while he cannot use the movement abilities as much as possible. But comes in, oh my goodness, the KO. This might be what they need.
This might be. Shianzu is low as well. The power play can be chained. So far defended away by Shianzu and Joker, though. The passing plays the barrage not connecting this time. A banish comes out, and Joker's gonna have to be really on point in the top side here, but it's actually Shianzu who, despite being dead now, still manages to get the save previously. Now a flip for Kainoob, looks for the pillar and mixes up the timing of everyone. Demon's Raw stay alive here, get a set of their own, and this game's gonna get a little bit longer.
Yeah, and what a great play from Kainoob. Typically, what runes like to do is when you banish or when you flip, you try to walk up and banish the enemy goalie, midfield, whoever, at least force and evade if they don't get banished. But what he did is he walked up and he placed the pillar behind so that he himself was in position with the strike reset off the pillar to catch a rebound if needed. It did not happen that way because the pillar managed to send it through at overtime speeds. And now because of that, we are in another set number 4. Taking a look at what is picked up, that is a Catalyst going over to Snake, which is going to be a phenomenal help here. A Monu going over to Gumi, and then 1-2 punch on the rune, which is going to pair so well with that Deadeye and can lead to even more KOs if needed. If you're on Showtime, the draft is not anywhere near as good. Barcode does manage to get a second spark, and Joker gets a path splitter on cooldown because of that extra special there. But besides that, the draft is looking really good for Demon's Raw.
Yeah, and especially because flips are so useful, right? When it's the melee goalie meta, when flips are such an important tool for getting consistent scoring. And whoa! Snake finds the KO, has the energy buildup as well, covers the top side, mixes up the strike timing with the primary, and Demon's Raw After that draft, it's a completely different matchup here.
Yeah, they got 3 amazing pickups there, and you were talking about the flip. We saw the flip lead into a KO onto Xianzhu onto the top, which immediately led to Snake going onto Barcode, getting the barrier, and then getting the point. Snake scaled up, level 10, is back in the game, getting both of the health packs, trying to stay alive. Oh my goodness, a great flip from Gumi, but unfortunately, the Asher primary is able to catch the rebound there. One of the benefits of Asher is that stuffing ability. It's so hard to flip in front of Asher. Joker has the flip available as well. Doesn't go for the KO attempt, but tries to get the shot onto Gumi. Unsuccessful. Kainu coming in with the barrier or with the pillar to get one. Rebound, gets 1 barrier as well. Joker coming in with the primary, isn't able to get it. Xianzhu doing their best to get back over to Joker. The Mako ultimate comes through. Everything is being sent back and forth, but again, the possession just feels like it's always with Showtime. They always have the core, and they're always on the side of Demon's Raw, attempt after attempt on the net.
With a flip available on Xianzhu, this could be curtains in the goal. The barrage is good, forcing out a flip from Kainoob. A lot of resources burned there as Xianzhu continues ducking in. A great flip from Snake, though. The catalyst means so much playmaking potential for the Centauro. Tries to get a rebound off the pillar, unsuccessful. Good defense by Xianzhu as well, as an attempt is made on Kainoob's life by Joker. Snake's in the midst of it all, and the pillars are helping out as well. Xianzhu with a good clear out to not contact to the circular creation. Gumi continuing to defend here as Kainoob backs up, but the pillars counterproductive. A dangerous spot here for Demon's Raw, but they get out of it alive. And now Snake to the bottom side continues putting on the pressure. Joker banished, so much damage in on the Asher, who manages to stay alive in the pillar. Such a massive threat. Snake building up almost an entire flip remaining, and Joker can't quite reach on the attempt here. The Strike War wins coming out from Demon's Raw, and Barcode's in such a sticky situation here. They get Snake in the ensnared drums, but Kainoob has the 1-2 punch core speed to the top side, and Demon's Raw continue their dominance.
Yeah, what an awkward spot for Barcode to be in. Just sends it back over to Kainoob, hoping that he can eventually get it through if he has no pillars, but it does not matter as Kainoob had the 1-2 punch, and the core speed just kept increasing with each strike, and eventually led to Kainoob getting the exact angle he needed to get the shot on net. And now it is Demon's Raw who had the advantage. Banish comes through, unfortunately does not banish Joker, so has to retreat a little bit and provide support from the back. The secondary pillar not fast enough, so Joker was able to use the flip to catch it and break the barrier. And oh my goodness, a quick point comes through as Xianzhu gets that wasn't Xianzhu actually, it was the pillar was not at the right angle, unable to catch the rebound there correctly, as it sends it over to Joker, and Joker using the primary plus strike to get it into the top corner there. And now we have a 2-1 lead still for Demon's Raw, but Showtime are not out of this yet. Even with Demon's Raw, the momentum is on their side, and finally a breath of life coming through as they push forward on this aggression. Kainoob with the Maelstrom in the middle, unable to get the banish, pops the secondary, trying to get things forward, and the possession for once is working for Demon's Raw. The core is moving forward. Snake is able to put himself in a spot where he can be aggressive on Barcode, but rather than having to come back and help dig the core out, and it's looking good for Demon's Raw.
It definitely is. Joker trying to get a pass splitter onto the core, but that's almost a barrier take for Snake. Good flip out from Barcode at the perfect timing to keep the point alive, but these pillars from Kainoob are so on point. Joker trying to find a shot to the bottom side, and a hit stun onto Gumi is perfect. Almost gets a double barrier there, but almost won't cut it in this situation. And now so much damage onto the center orb, but Joker will be the one to take it. That's a big opportunity for Showtime to get the core to Joker. If they can get damage on Snake, if they can find the barrier, and they do indeed do so. Joker shrinks down, but the job is done. They need to find a passing play now to get past the creations from Demon's Raw, and so far they're making it so, and Snake goes for the KO, and attempt on Joker's life unsuccessful there. That Hail Mary might be what Showtime needs.
Yeah, and now they have to get through the defense of 3 energy bursts. 1 was used by Snake, 2 still left available. A great flip from Xianzhu, manages to get the clear there, but banished away with the Castleize, puts them out of play for such a long time. And in that time, they get the second barrier that they need. Xianzhu going in with a Giga Blast, unable to find it. Joker in position, Path Splitter down. Still no success there, as 2 flips available for Demon's Raw, trying to get it a second time where Joker manages to get the size from the middle. Has such a huge amount of presence because of the Asher scaling on the sides there. But a great pass, always just finding it to Joker through all the members of Demon's Raw. Xianzhu with a beautiful pass, bringing things back from a 2-0 deficit to a 2-0 or a 2-2 tie in a potential final set.
We've been in this situation before, though. Demon's RAAAH prevailed the previous time. It was this close, but Showtime looking to change the fate. Pillar has to be used there. A good flip out, but a flip stolen by Snake, who has so much energy buildup. Started at that point with a flip, the only flip that Demon's RAAAH had, and uses it to perfect effect. The Ensnare drums are good from Barcode, though. Prevents any sort of pressure coming out from Snake, and on this variant, the damage is decisive. Joker almost taken out here. One pillar might do it, and is staggered now. Snake as well, pretty low, but not at death's door yet.
Yeah, and a great flip from Barcode, just pretty much as close as you can be to the barrier, and manages to save it, keeping it alive for a little bit longer. One barrier apiece, as Xianzhu is looking for a play here with the energy burst. The banish gets evaded by Joker, but is taken down to pretty much no stagger. Has to walk back. Oh my goodness, a great dodge keeps him alive, as that pillar would have definitely taken him out. The barrier falls first for Demon's RAAAH. Things are looking good for Showtime, but Xianzhu is low. Kind of goes in with a secondary, tries to get in position to get the barrier there to get him off guard. It is not enough. Snake looking for a play onto Barcode, isn't able to find it, and we're just trying to use the abilities in a way where Barcode can get hit stunned at the same time, and it's just so hard to get into a position where that happens. That flip is an attempt at the net, but it's going to be really detrimental if Snake did not get the energy and manages to get KO'd. Yeah, that flip was Snake's lifeline, gets taken out by the barrage, even through the banish, or the great banish from Kainu, but a great pillar. Pair that with the 1-2 punch Deadeye, keeps the barrier and the dream alive there. Snake finally comes back, and Demon's RAAAH are still in this. Barrier's down. They have to go for the play. The Oni's blade comes through. Joker going in with the secondary, catches it, and that is game number 1. Going over to Clarion Court, or game number 1 on Clarion Court, going over to Showtime.
What a clutch play from Joker there. Almost got taken out. I thought that Demon's RAAAH would turn it all the way around when both Joker and Xianzhu were staggered at the very end there. When Snake got the respawn, got the save, got the damage in. So much burst from Demons, but Showtime managed to survive just barely. And that almost got out of control.
I mean, take a look at the redirects from Xianzhu. It was impossible to get the core through the midfield line for such a long time. It didn't start happening until set number 3, where finally enough awakenings came through, enough stagger from the levels gave them opportunity to be in position to strike, to use abilities to get it through. But Xianzhu, just with the barrage, with the repositioning, the blazing pace, and on top of that with the ensnare drums, just constantly able to position themselves in a place where they can catch the redirect, keep the ball forward. Joker spent most of the game in front of the net for Gumi. He was just there, always in a spot where they can score, they can be in a position to apply pressure to break barriers. That's where Snake wants to be, but it felt impossible because the core never made it past the midfield line. And we know Kainoob is such a phenomenal midfielder, but the amount of presence that Showtime have, the amount of control they have on this map between their forward duo, just felt like an impossible wall to get through.
Yep. Next map's going to be very, very different, though. There are no impenetrable walls on Inky Splash Zone. Just with how the barrier layouts are, we're going to see great defense, but it's not going to be nearly as rock solid here. Any thoughts on how everything will change here?
So, if this wasn't SHEB, you might see eject button goalies here. But in this format, with how strong melee goalies are, it's still going to just be melee goalie, melee goalie. You might see a Kai goalie for Demon's RAAAH. Like, that is a potential option. It might be a way to take it away from, just say, hey, take whatever melee goalie you want. It's impossible to deny all three between Atlas, Mako, and Asher. I'm just saying there could be room for a Kai goalie on Demon's RAAAH side. No eject button. You still just use the strike shot or the mom boots. And instead, oh my goodness, an Octavia picked up from Showtime on the Stagger Swagger or Fight or Flight start. And in return, we're going to be Atlas and Kai going over to Demon's RAAAH. This is not what I was expecting. I completely forgot about the Octavia. It was not banned away. It was given to Joker. And this Octavia character, Joker, is the pioneer of Octavia. I've been playing it since the beginning, although many other players have come through and shown expertise. This person has been putting in the grind on Octavia since the first day and has some of the highest success on this character, knows it to such a high level of mastery, and we'll see if Demon's RAAAH can overcome this character, especially on a fight or flight start.
Yeah, Fight or Flight definitely makes it very, very interesting here. Spark of Resilience, the other choice, but you probably expect a lot of Fight or Flights, right?
Yeah, I most likely expect all 4 brawlers to go Fight or Flight with the goalies picking up the Spark of Resilience, and even then, I don't think it's wrong to take just all 6 Fight or Flight. Usually, if you take not the speed awakening, if you're in the forward position, it just feels horrible. You'll get blasted through. Any interaction you lose feels like the enemy forward gets 800 movement speed and gets past you immediately. So I think the safer end is to just take the fight or flight. It works on all hits, whether you're the one striking, you're the one being hit, you're the one hitting them, and gets refreshed on the secondary. So I think is a phenomenal pickup there for all the brawlers. And if you're going to take the Spark of Resell, just take it on the goalies only.
Yeah, and with all the picks locked in, this could be the final game of the tournament. This could be the final game of SHEB. We'll have to see how it goes, but Showtime so close to victory here, and that would be back-to-back S tiers. That would be quite the impressive feat.
Yeah, and I believe I got this message from a Showtime fan in my DMs, but I believe they said that if Showtime wins this 2-0, they have won every single series of this entire tournament 2-0.
Yeah, they were so dominant in pools. They didn't drop a single set throughout the entirety of Stage 1 and Stage 2 pools. So that is just ridiculous to think about. No other team did that. And now they're here, dropping barely any sets. No games at all so far. And we'll see if they can continue that streak.
Yeah, Joker's still able to keep up the flow state in the start of this point. Got the barrier there, is keeping the speed up as long as possible, has the fight or flight available. Water cannon comes through to deny the bottom side. Flow state gone, but that's okay because the barrier is already fallen. Xianzu on the Estelle this time around. A pickup that we're not seeing the Now come through. Oh, the Now was banned away from Showtime, actually. So the Estelle coming through, a character that is going to be a little bit stronger from the next patch, but that does not matter. On this patch, Joker getting the strike and then sending it a little bit faster with the primary. Gooby unable to catch it with the expanse and already starting off strong. Another thing that happens is in these early sets, because Showtime got level 2 first, it ends up typically snowballing. Not always, but they have advantage with the ultimates, and we see that ultimate, that beat drop, did lead to a barrier, and now it is Demon's Raw who ended up being level 2 and returning the favor. But even with the KO, let's see if it's enough to get the power play through and break the barrier onto Barcode.
Yeah, but Xianzu has flipped. That's such a big threat. Kainoob nullifies it with a strike, though. That was almost really, really dangerous for Demon's Raw. Showtime could sneak that one away. Goomy pushing forward, trying to help out Snake, but the strike interactions are there for Showtime. They have the strike wars on lock, and Joker now back on the field. Xianzu incredibly low, but still surviving, dancing away from the pressure. That's a barrier take now. Big opportunity for Kainoob and the water cannon. Snake prepped, ready to make a play after the rebound, but it's interrupted in the middle of it. And now Barcode and Goomy, the goalies both have flips. This is a really, really strong situation for each goalie in the defensive end, as Xianzu and Joker are being brought so incredibly low. The Giga Blast is good, but Barcode picks the perfect time to use the flip, nullifies everything, and now Joker trying to get it past Goomy. Good flip usage there as well, as Joker gets taken out for the second time, but the water cannon's back in the favor of Showtime.
Yeah, and the KO comes through. Snake almost gets KO'd there as well. Gets into the water cannon at the last second. Oh my goodness. Misses the strike shot. So the strike is on cooldown. Uses the expanse, but is too late. And therefore, the core slides through. 2-0 lead in this set, even with a man down. And right now is where you need to take advantage if you are against an Octavia. As each set increases, it only gets harder and harder to win as the Octavia manages to get some sort of scaling. With every awakening, with every level. Xianzu coming in with a perfect primary paired with Joker on that primary as well. Barriers traded away as Goomy walks up. The cannon not available, comes through now, giving them the advantage. Flip comes through. Snake looking for a shot, but a great deny from Barcode. Giga Blast comes through, gets the secondary. It actually reprocs Joker's Joker's flow state in that exact situation there. Keep in mind, everyone has fight or flight, which means if you get staggered, that's secondaries for everyone. And Joker doing a great job of utilizing that. Oh my goodness, a strike breaking the ankles there. Xianzu getting it through. Goomy and Kainoob with the movement there. Clean strike. 3-0 lead in this set. And that is set number 1 going over to Showtime.
And that set number 1 is so scary now. On the bright side, Demon's Raw have that second and third pick for themselves, thanks to staggering Joker so much that he couldn't participate in too many plays. But that Swagger will be in the hands of Xianzu. Even more mobility, even more anti-damage here. And this is still a really good spot for Showtime to be in.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is not Joker who is first pick there, so will no longer have access to the Stagger Swagger, but instead takes the Prime Time. Some of the other options are Glass Cannon, but the nice thing about Prime Time in this exact situation is, one, it's a deny from Gumi, but more so, having the extra primary means that if you're in your flow state, having the ability to extend your flow state with a primary again is really valuable, because sometimes the core isn't near you and you just need to do something to get the flow state to continue. So it's one of the best ways to keep it going. As a KO comes out, one advantage that Demon's RAAAH have is that the Atlas is on their side, which means no healing, no KO denial, and the damage can end up leading to KOs. One of the advantage, one of their game win conditions is that KO potential, as the barrage comes through and sends it through the Mako, unable to stop it with the enhanced strike.
Big opportunity for Demon's RAAAH. They do pick up that size, right? Kainoob looking pretty massive, the size of the Atlas right now, and those strike interactions will be so important in the midfield to make sure Joker can't get out of control, to make sure Xianzhu can't set up. Right now, Xianzhu getting a lot of pressure onto Gumi here, but again, really disciplined strikes from Demon's RAAAH. Keep it under control.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, the perfect pitch, almost getting the KO there. Xianzhu tries to follow it up, but Snake, dodging as well as they can, has the Maxwell, so in the increased movement speed on the midfield line allows them to have the mobility they need to dodge whatever comes their way. Gets fully healed up as well, as the first primary comes through from Joker. Flow state active, but is low. Has the energy burst as well, is not going to pop it. The secondary comes through. Snake with the KO. One of, or the biggest downside to Octavia early on is the lack of stagger, right? Not being able to pick up the stagger swagger. No Spark of Rezel on that first draft either. No peak performance. No big fish, which denied away from Kainoob, which means that the Joker has some of the lowest stagger in the entire game right now, if not the entire character pool of Omega Strikers, and it's already brought down to nothing. But does that matter, Saya? No. Stuffs it right back into Gumi's face. Joker sends it through, tying things up 1-1.
Coming back from death, finding the strike war win. No one expected it there. Joker gets it done once again, but this point is off to such a rapid start. Xianzhu flips Snake all the way to Narnia, barely surviving. The revive was there just in case, but that's a big Showtime offensive. To the top side it goes. Gumi finding the defense for now, and Joker keeping the flow state alive here, just walking through the Oni's blade, barely living there, and Xianzhu snipes Gumi. Gumi has been found in the pool at the worst possible time. Joker into the corner. That's the brawler gone as well, and Kainoob has Flip available. Will he be able to carry this point is the question, and he will stall out just long enough for Gumi to come back. But even still, Xianzhu finding the strikes, finding the pressure into the top corner. The possession kept by Showtime, despite the flip being available for Kainoob, who almost goes down, and Xianzhu with the follow-up finds the goal. Showtime maintained their lead.
Rose Warp comes through to secure Xianzhu again. Such a level advantage here. You can see, I keep bringing this up, Barcode is the lowest level in the game because the forwards are doing everything. And Barcode, whenever he has to have an interaction, does it correctly, sends the ball out. It's all you need. One quick save from Barcode, and then the forwards do what they need to help score. The offensive play, the KOs coming through between the Octavia and the Estelle, something that you don't normally hear. Joker getting taken low once again. Stagger pops through, but has the defense of the water cannon available to them. Elusive pop, has 2 more elusives in the back log if they need it. Rose Warp or the Crystal Thorns trying to get the KO there. Xianzhu going on the offensive. One of the best things about the Estelle is that you're a midfielder, but at the same time, you have such high offensive pressure. Each one of your abilities can help score, help reposition, help snipe the core in general. And we can see that while Joker is scaling up, Xianzhu is running around the world to put themselves in a spot to either midfield, forward, goalie, do whatever, and all in between, and it's working just fine.
Yeah, just like the previous game, the levels of the story, Xianzhu finds a snipe, and Joker to the top corner, perfectly around Gumi's range, finds a fantastic goal. 3-1 in the set, 2-0 in sets, 3 points away from taking the entire tournament without dropping a single game.
I mean, absolutely insane. Going in once again, it is first pick to Xianzhu, has access to so many things. Most likely will go to stack. Perfect form is available. Just saw that. Yep. Not letting Zentaro have that. They say, who cares? Not giving, take the Castellas, because even if you deny the Castellas, the stacks on stacks are right there. Might as well take the stacks and have some use for yourself rather than taking the Castellas and giving the stacks over to the Octavia. More speed being enhanced by Gumi, taking the Among Titans and giving his forwards a little bit of size, although not the characters that can benefit from size as well. Although I guess Kainu already has a big fish, so is looking really big right now as we go into this next set. And Snake already starting with 50 stacks in just that opening interaction here. But we know that Joker has to cast the last this time around. That's the pivotal awakening that we always see make or break or turn Octavia a little bit overboard when it comes to these interactions.
Xianzhu playing all the roles at once, making the save there. Really clutch. Into the bottom corner it goes once again. And Joker with the flow state now with the Castle Last. And the barrage goes wide. The KO not found by Demon's Raw. Joker in position as Snake pushes forward, but the primary falls just short in the flow state. Still staying active for Joker, who forces Gumi into an awkward spot here to strike more wins once again. Joker still standing. Plenty of evades to work with for the Octavia here. As Barcode speeds it up, Xianzhu continues maintaining possession against 3. The 1v3s from Xianzhu have been the cornerstone of the Showtime possession here. And the snipe comes through as well, perfectly tapping the core. And the barrier being opened, the water cannon coming in, Joker dribbling it forwards. Showtime continuing their offense, interrupted by Snake, but Xianzhu once again has the resources to drop back and help defend. Now Snake the target of a lot of damage here, but the KO not coming through just yet. And it's now a big opportunity for Kainu, but Snake, no, Snake to lead it off the bat, perfect amount of damage to take the Zentaro out. Xianzhu and Joker trying, but Kainu trying to be the hero, the midfield MVP, continuing to interrupt here, but Joker has so much speed, so much flow state uptime here. And the core goes around the world, Gumi barely catching it. Demon's Raw stabilized, but it's still an awkward spot to be in.
Yeah, I mean, a great job from Demon's Raw holding down as long as they did, but Showtime once again going absolutely insane in these situations. Xianzhu just everywhere and anywhere they need to be. The Rose War up to the top, plus the Crystal Thorns manages to catch it. Gumi had that size reduction thanks to the Among Titans. Not sure if that made a difference in that exact moment, but all these small things coming together keep giving Showtime so much advantage. Xianzhu 4 levels up or 3 levels up on their own teammates right now. That's how much of a presence they have. Joker's still a little bit low in terms of the total stagger available because of no stagger awakenings, on top of being level 6, almost level 7 though. Regardless, even with the Castellized, it feels like the Xianzhu sweep coming through has to evade that. Manages to live a little bit longer. Finally, the barrier falls as Demon's Raw looking for a shot onto net. Barcode still holding it down. Cannon comes through for the offense, but the cannon does not really accomplish anything. And now they won't have it going forward as Joker trying to spread away the brawlers or the forwards of Demon's Raw. Snake looking for the shot, isn't able to get it. Comes forward once again. Strike comes through. No longer in possession of them. Drummond Base is still holding it down. Another KO from Xianzhu, almost level 10. So much presence from this player on this map here as they're able to do everything, just holding it down. Good work from Gumi to keep the stall up as long as possible. They're going for the Quangle, isn't able to find it there. Snake lives, no abilities up, but that doesn't matter because Xianzhu has the perfect form. Most likely means that all abilities are up again in a second. Barrier is being held down quite for a long time, so Gumi is doing a great job in this situation. All that extra movement speed between the Glass Cannon and the Among Titans is paying off, but unable to catch that. It might be a difference of the size as the piercing shot comes through. Perfectly lined up. Xianzhu getting another point. First one to hit level 10. Making a masterclass on this Estelle, a character that we don't see that often in this meta. And it's amazing to watch.
Level 10 while every other player in the lobby is level 7. It's a Xianzhu difference for Showtime right now as Joker's working on a flip here. Snake gets it done, but this could be the last point if Showtime can hold on, take a barrier, and calmly convert here. Very good patience, but the expanse is good from Gumi. And now Barcode's in a bit of trouble. The Snare Drums get it done once again, and now Kainoob finds a barrage forward. Snake with an opportunity, but the Strike Wars once again won by Xianzhu. Barcode dispatching it as well with the drum and bass. Xianzhu with the flip available. Dangerous spot here. Snake burns the flip early. And Showtime, despite losing the barrier so quickly, Xianzhu assassinates 2. That's Gumi and Snake gone, and that's the tournament.
Oh my god. What a play there. A double KO from Xianzhu to set in, or to seal the deal. 3-0 in the final set. 3-0 in set count. 2-0 on every single series they have played today. Showtime did not drop a game, and they are your champions of SHEB.
You know, while that last game was going, I was like, we haven't really figured out how to do the MVP vote yet. But I think most people will agree that it probably should be Xianzhu. had all the flashy plays, was 3 levels up on the entire lobby. What?
I mean, look at the redirects. Their own teammates have not broken 100. Xianzu's almost at 200 redirects. More of the 9 goals, Xianzu participated in 9 of them, having more than Joker in terms of actual goals scored. 5 KOs, 7 total for Showtime. I mean, this was such a dominant performance from Xianzu on both the Clarion map as well as Inky's. Demon's Raw played great, but when it comes to this particular meta, Showtime have been working on this. They've been playing this exact team comp and this strategy long before this meta was ever a thing. And they have put in the time, and they show that they are the best at this strategy.
Yeah, it is their world. They have won Nassel. They have won SHEB 2 S tiers in a row, and this one without dropping a single game. An incredibly impressive feat. And what left is what they're like. There's nothing left, really.
I mean, this is going to be such a. I don't believe Showtime will be participating in the LAN, but what a way to end it. Double back-to-back S tiers, securing their dominance, showing that it wasn't any fluke. And this is the second time they've taken on Demon's Raw. They have been in the grand finals. They took down Bozo Bunch in the grand finals last time. They've taken down Demon's Raw this time. They've put Sad Boys into losers. They've taken every single top team out pretty much in this tournament, have taken Dragon Slayers as well. No, sorry. I don't think they actually came across Dragon Slayers.
Yeah,
but either way,
it is. They took out Dragon Slayers in winners final. Yeah.
Oh yes, you're right. Every single top team. It's not like there's no way you can say Showtime didn't win this tournament completely, dominantly. Every single top team defeated by Showtime. And yeah, I mean, absolute masterclass of a performance. Their team comp was great. I love Barcode, just picturing him maybe like browsing Reddit or doing something else on the side. It's like, okay, Core maybe comes in once every 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll clear it correctly. And then back to going and doing whatever he wants as he waits for his 9 to 5 to finish.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're also not going to be having an interview because Joker is ready to hit the sleep cues. And, well, very, very well-deserved win. Thank you to Cakes for sponsoring this tournament, of course. That's the gimmick after all. And, yeah, anything you want to say at the very end, Mystic?
All I'll say is the tournaments are not ending yet. We have Nassel 6 around the corner. The competition has never been fiercer. Make sure if you want to play in any of the leagues, it does not have to be Nassel, to sign up with your team members for Launchpad, for Liftoff, for all these tournaments coming up. And if you want to play in person, you want to meet all these people that you're seeing here on your screen, head over to the California LAN happening this month. Make sure to help support the community. We have so many more tournaments coming. The scene has never been bigger. And yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal time being here. I cannot wait to cast more.
Yeah, and one last advertisement. If you are interested in playing fighting games or putting together something like Knowledge Gap, but for Grand Blue. So, !spec, if you're an Omega Strikers player, we've assembled a squad of top Grand Blue players, coincidentally, to help out with this one. So, sign up for that if you're interested. And yeah, that's about it. I think we'll be rating Cakes after this one. So, see you, everyone. Time for an actual break because this offseason has not really been an offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, see ya.